running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love.
Hi babes, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new around here. Today's video I'm so excited to bring to you guys. It's all about the must-haves during a twin pregnancy. A lot of these actually can apply to a singleton pregnancy as well, but because right now I am currently pregnant with twins, I'm about 33 weeks pregnant with twins, I'm going to be specifically talking about my experience being a twin pregnant mama. But for those of you who are new around here, I have been through a singleton pregnancy in the past, and my daughter Chloe is 2.5 years old. And so I do know that a lot of these things I used during that pregnancy as well. So if you're not pregnant with twins or not pregnant at all, this video can still be super informative for you. Today's video is actually going to be a collaboration with the OhSo family here on YouTube. I was able to meet and make friends with Megan from the OhSo family, and I'm so glad that I did. The great thing about YouTube is it connects people from across the world, and Megan and her family actually live in Spain. And I think that it's so cool that we've been able to meet and to be able to collab on this video together. So let me give you a little bit of information about Megan. Megan is currently about midway through her pregnancy with her second son. So she has two beautiful rainbow babies, one that she's pregnant with, and then her older son is named Milano, and he's about 1.5 years old, and he is just the sweetest thing. Honestly, guys, if you go over to her channel and check him out, he is so cute. Their entire family is really adorable, and I can't wait to be able to see their new little baby boy. If you guys want to check out Megan's Instagram, it is OhSoMeganMurray. I will link it down below. I'll also have it come across the screen here so that you guys can see. But as you can see here in my screen record, her Instagram is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. So she's definitely someone that you want to follow along with. And her YouTube channel is just as stunning. Her lighting is beautiful. Her videos are just really well edited and put together, and she is such goals. I don't know how this girl does not have 1,000 or more. I don't know how she doesn't have 10,000, 30,000 subscribers yet. Her videos are so beautiful. So make sure that you go over to her channel when you're done watching this, hit that subscribe button on her channel, leave her a comment on her video, let her know that I sent you over there, and let her know that this was a successful collaboration between the two of us, because I really love working with other YouTube moms like this, and I think that it's just a great way for us to build up this community. If you guys are here from Megan's channel, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you. I hope that you guys will stick around. I hope that you'll subscribe and join my YouTube family here. I am just on this crazy exciting journey of expanding my family with 2 babies coming really, really soon, and we're gonna have some great content coming up soon. Labor and delivery vlogs, lots of newborn footage with tons of cute little squishy babies. So if you guys are interested in all that, make sure that you hit that red subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get into my must-haves for a twin pregnancy. So I'm not going to be talking about like some of the kind of over-the-top products and things like this. This is your like nitty-gritty, you need to have it to get through a twin pregnancy. Just accept the fact that some of these products are going to become a part of your daily routine, because this stuff is really what's going to help you survive. So my first and very most important, in my opinion, product is going to be this right here. This is the Boppy pregnancy wedge pillow, and I actually have had this through my daughter's pregnancy and this pregnancy, and if I could recommend one product for you, it would be this pillow. It's fairly inexpensive, especially compared to a lot of pregnancy pillows. If you're not wanting to purchase a big, long pregnancy pillow or something that's bulky, this is really, really great. So how I use this pillow personally is when I'm lying down, I have to lie on my side because, especially with a twin pregnancy, you don't really want to sleep on your back just so that the babies aren't pressing on any nerves. So what I do is I sleep on either side. This one's really, really great because you can just, in the middle of the night, pick it up, flip it to the other side. And I wedge it right underneath my belly so that my belly has enough support that it's not sort of like falling to the side and then pulling my body to that side. So it's thin enough here where you can get whatever kind of amount of support with this wedge that you need. I really highly recommend this. I sleep with this and then I sleep with several pillows. I have 2 pillows under my head, one that I sleep with that's a little bit thicker between my legs to keep my hips from separating too much, and then I sleep with a pillow that I kind of snuggle up to as well. So that's how I prefer it. I actually have used pregnancy pillows and like the Snuggle and stuff like that. And a lot of people rave about them, love them. Personally, they're just not for me. So I have found that my sort of adjusting my pillows the way that I do and using this wedge is the only way that I can get a comfortable night's sleep. Not saying that I'm getting a full night's sleep because I can't remember the last time I slept without having to wake up at least 3 to 4 times to go to the bathroom. But I am getting a comfortable night's sleep as much as you can when you are 33 weeks pregnant with twins. The next thing I'm going to recommend is some sort of support belt. Now, I have used 2 different types of support belts. I have used a belly belt, which was really helpful during my singleton pregnancy and only semi-helpful during this pregnancy because my belly has gotten so big and so heavy. And the other type of support belt, I actually have a video. I will link it down in the description box below for you guys all about this product, but I will quickly show it to you. This is the Belly Bandit V Sling, and it is a sling that goes underneath your belly, through your legs, and help support your pelvis and pull everything up. I won't go into great detail about it because I have talked about it in an entire video all its own. So if you guys are interested in hearing more about that, definitely click on that video. I'll throw it up here in the cards as well, as long as I remember, so you guys can click it and save it to watch after this one if you guys want to. Some kind of support, whether it's a Belly Bandit, whether it is a support belt that you find on Amazon, and I will link both below so that you guys have options. But it is important to have some sort of support during a twin pregnancy, and I really highly recommend starting to wear it as soon as your bump starts to expand, like in any way where it makes you uncomfortable, because the earlier you start giving yourself that extra support, the less pain you're going to end up being in. Even if you don't feel like you really need it yet, just get yourself used to wearing it. I highly recommend it. The next 2 things that I'm going to recommend are both books. So these are the 2 books that I will say are Holy Grail and the Bible of twin pregnancy. If you are pregnant with multiples, this one is called When You're Expecting Twins, Triplets, or Quads, and this one is called What to Do When You're Having 2. I bought these early on in my pregnancy. I'm so glad that I did. I was able to read through them both pretty early and get all the information I need, and then I have them to look back on and, you know, access the information later as things happen, because some of it is about the pregnancy, some of it is about the birth, some of it is about post-birth and raising babies, and all of that great information that you're going to want to have as being a parent of multiples. The difference between these 2 books and why I recommend getting one of each, and I will have them both linked below for you guys as well. I should have all these products linked below for you guys. This book is more based on personal experiences. This book has a lot of really great information from twin parents, whereas this book has a lot more of a scientific sort of educational vibe to it. And so depending on what kind of information you're looking for, they're both really, really helpful, but they're different. So I would recommend getting both of them. However, if you can only get one, I would just recommend going with whatever's more your style. Are you more of like a student where you like to have educational information at your fingertips, which is kind of more my style? Or are you more of like a social experience person? You want to hear more about people's experiences. You want to dig into what other people had in their twin pregnancies and twin births and stuff like that. Then I would recommend this one. But either way, they're both really, really great books. This one was written by the founder of Twiniversity, which is another must-have definitely sign up for the e-newsletter, go on their website, get all of their information, follow them on Instagram, because Twiniversity will be so extremely helpful to you just with any kind of information, coupons, free products, lots of sweepstakes, things like that, anything that can help you when you are expecting multiples. Now, to kind of go off of learning about expecting multiples, the next thing that you're going to really want to do is find a community. All of your friends that have babies, all of your family that has babies, everyone, even yourself who may have already had a child like I have, everyone's going to be really supportive, hopefully, for you during these twin pregnancies or multiple pregnancies, but no one is going to really understand what you're going through. They can try and understand. They may have friends or have heard of twin, experiences and things like that. But unless someone has been through it, they really aren't going to understand the differences. There are huge differences in a twin pregnancy compared to a singleton pregnancy. There are huge differences between raising twins in comparison to raising a singleton. And so with that being said, you need to find a community of people that you can talk to, who understand, who you can vent to without feeling like you're, guilty of something for complaining or, whatnot. It's hard sometimes when you're going through an experience like this and you don't have anyone who you can relate to. And oftentimes, even silly things like comments that are made to you offhand bother you, and you want to be able to vent that to someone who understands. So with all of that in mind, I have found some really great communities through Facebook groups that are twin related. So you can go on Facebook, type in twin moms or twin parent groups, things like that, and they're all private. You can share stuff on there without expecting anyone else to see it outside of that group. They have really great moderators and rules to keep everything private, and it really is extremely, extremely helpful. So if you are currently pregnant with multiples, I highly recommend finding a group like that. It doesn't have to be through Facebook. It doesn't even have to be through social media. There are a lot of groups like Twiniversity that I was talking about. They have a lot of community groups, events, classes that are with other parents of multiples, things like that. Granted, right now we're in kind of a weird situation where a lot of that public interaction stuff isn't going on because of COVID, but in, hopefully the next year, we will be getting past that and be able to get back to, getting those in-person groups and bonding and stuff like that as well. But whatever way you're able to find a community of people who are, going through it too, or who have been through it, that's going to be so helpful to you, because you don't want to have to compare your experience with a twin pregnancy or with a twin, with raising two babies at once to someone who's only raising one or only pregnant with one, because their experiences are going to be so vastly different from what you have going on. Not saying that, like I said, there are going to be people in your lives who are supportive and trying to be understanding and trying to be sympathetic to your situation, but it's still great to have people who literally actually have been going through it too and get it. Okay, the next thing on my list, let me mention, not a doctor. Please don't take any sort of medication or vitamin without speaking to your doctor first. I have to say that. I don't want you guys thinking that I am giving you any kind of advice on what to take. If you do decide to go with the vitamins that I'm about to talk to, I have an affiliate link down below. It really does help me out if you guys use my link to sign up. But I'm going to talk to you guys about two medications that I take. So the first one is Ritual vitamins. So here is the bottle, and as you can see, there's this little tab in there that is a lemon. It has a lemon essential oil in it, and so it keeps the vitamins fresh, and it actually makes them have sort of like a lemony taste to them. And these are, I've spoken about them before in some of my pregnancy updates, but these are the only vitamins that do not make me sick. And they have folate instead of folic acid. So some people have trouble absorbing folic acid, which is in most prenatal vitamins. Folate is actually the natural vitamin that your body makes. Folic acid is a man-made vitamin that's meant to mimic folate. And so if you have trouble absorbing folic acid, it's not going to be really helpful to you or your babies during pregnancy, whereas folate is the natural compound in your actual body. So I highly recommend trying something like this, but speak to your doctor first. Make sure that this is the right one for you before purchasing it. Like I said, they have, a natural lemon essential oil that keeps them fresh, and they do not make me sick whatsoever. The second medication that I take is a baby aspirin. So this is the one that I take. It is just a simple, it's 81 milligram aspirin. Like I said, I am not a doctor. If your doctor does not tell you to take a baby aspirin every day, please do not take a baby aspirin every day. Only take it if your doctor tells you that that is something that you need to take. Some women I know are taking 2 a day, some take 1 a day, and some have been told not to take any. It all depends on your specific pregnancy and the needs of your pregnancy. But I will talk to you about why I am taking that, because when I found out I had to take a baby aspirin every day, I questioned it. And so I ended up having to ask in multiple twin groups, and I got an overwhelming response of yes, and this is why. So basically, during a multiple pregnancy, twin or more, you have a higher chance of developing preeclampsia. It's a lot more prevalent in multiple pregnancies than it is in singleton pregnancies. Because preeclampsia affects your blood pressure, the reason that they tell a lot of twin mothers to take a baby aspirin a day is to regulate your blood pressure in order to prevent developing preeclampsia. So if you're concerned about your blood pressure, or if you haven't heard this from your doctor yet, definitely bring it up to them, but take your doctor's advice. If your doctor tells you yes, then go for it. If your doctor doesn't tell you to take it, then you don't need to be taking it. For me, it's definitely a preventative thing that I am willing to do for the sake of my babies and for myself, to make sure that I do not develop preeclampsia if possible. Next thing on my list I wanted to talk to you guys about is a water bottle. So this is a big, I think it's 32 ounce. Yeah, I think it's a 32 ounce Yeti. This one I love because it keeps my water really cold. If I put some ice in it, it will stay cold for 24 hours. But any kind of water bottle, it doesn't matter how big, small, or if it's a Yeti or if you bought it at Walmart, a water bottle is important, because you are going to need to drink so much more water than you've ever drank in your life. I'm already a person who drinks close to a gallon of water a day, and that's just on a regular day when I'm not pregnant whatsoever. And I drink even more than that when I'm nursing or when I'm pregnant. And you're gonna need to drink a lot of water. You want to be able to provide your babies with enough water for possibly 2. If you're like me, I have 2 different amniotic sacs. So I have to have enough water to continually replenish fluids in 2 amniotic sacs. I have to have enough water to make up for the fact that I have over double the amount of blood going through my veins than I do when I'm not pregnant. And there are just other things that are super, super important for your body and brain development, and the baby's bodies and brain development, that you need to have a lot of water and stay hydrated. If you don't drink enough water, you could get Charlie horses, you could get really terrible headaches, the baby's amniotic fluid levels could suffer. So I highly recommend making sure that you are drinking enough water, and always, always, always have a water bottle on hand, nearby, whatever. The next thing that I think is important, and this may be a no-brainer for some of you guys, but some of you guys it might not be, is some sort of maternity clothes up a size than you think you're gonna need. So for instance, maternity clothes often tell you to buy your same size that you wore pre-pregnancy for your pregnancies. For instance, I was a size 6 in US sizes pre-pregnancy for like pants and jeans and stuff like that, and a size small in dresses, a size small in tops, things like that. So when I bought maternity clothes for my singleton pregnancy, I bought size 6 in pants, I bought smalls or extra smalls in dresses, I bought smalls, sometimes mediums in tops, but generally those were my sizes that I stuck to. And so I had a lot of that clothes left over. Unfortunately, it was a totally different season. I was pregnant in the winter with my daughter, in the summer this time around, but I was able to reuse some of that clothes, especially early on in the pregnancy. However, when your belly is, measuring 4 weeks beyond full term, you are gonna need to go up higher in your sizing, because all of a sudden those tank tops are riding up too high, your belly's hanging out, your pants are starting to get too tight, your dresses are starting to get too tight. So I highly recommend buying at least a few staple items up a size in maternity clothes than you would normally wear, so that they'll have the longest wearability all the way throughout your pregnancy. Going off of clothes, something that's super important is going to be comfortable underwear. Now, I know a lot of people who just wear their same underwear throughout their entire pregnancy, and they're fine with it. Personally, what I have found are the best underwear to wear. Here in the US, I buy them at either Victoria's Secret or Target, but they are just simply seamless, brief underwear. Something that is stretchy, comfortable, seamless, doesn't show, and they're easy. I need something like that versus maybe like a cuter pair of underwear or something, because I want to be comfortable, and I'm really, really not worried about how cute my underwear are during pregnancy. Another thing that you may want to pick up during pregnancy is a pair of comfortable shoes. If you're pregnant during the summer, my favorite go-to shoes that I wear all the time are my Birkenstocks. Birkenstocks are great because they're wide, they're adjustable, and if your feet start to swell, you can make them a little bit bigger. I love that. I know a lot of people also love yoga sling style sandals, so I will link both of those type of sandals down below. If you are pregnant in the winter, however, and you can't wear sandals, I highly recommend something like slip-on UGG boots, or something that's going to be a wider shoe, adjustable, comfortable, something that you are not going to experience anything kind of being tight or restricting on your feet, because your feet may swell, they may go up a size, and you're not going to, especially if you're on your feet all day, you're not going to want to be wearing something that is uncomfortable. So a comfortable pair of shoes, possibly even up a size. The next two items on my list are sort of bath and body kind of themed. The first one is a belly oil or belly butter. I will link some of my favorites down below. I have a few go-tos that I love that are extremely moisturizing. And I'm not saying this simply because of stretch marks, because yes, a lot of us worry about stretch marks, but also just for moisturizing. The fact that your belly is stretching so much, it can get itchy, it can get dry, it can be very uncomfortable, and you're just going to want to be able to have something to rub all over your belly to make you feel a little bit more comfortable, moisturized, and happy. So some sort of belly oil or belly butter. Personally, I use both. I use a belly butter during the day, and then before bed, I put belly oil all over my belly. And like I said, I will link my favorites down in the description box below. On that same note, another thing that I love to use are Epsom salts. So these are magnesium sulfate Epsom salts. They do not have a scent to them. I like to take a cup of Epsom salts and I add about 4 to 6 drops of my favorite essential oils, and I mix it together, and then I add it to my bath. And that way, if I'm feeling like I need to relax, I put a little lavender in, put it in the bath, and just let the magnesium relax my body, relax my muscles. It helps with me getting Charlie horses. It just helps with loosening up my pelvis and my hips and taking some of the weight off of me by having a nice soak in the bath with Epsom salts. And like I said, the nice thing about getting the ones that don't have any scent is that you can add your own essential oils to it and make it whatever scent you want. If you do that though, make sure that you add the oils to the Epsom salts, not directly to the bath water. That way it disperses evenly and you don't just have oil sitting on top of the water. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to tell you guys about that I think is essential during a twin pregnancy is Tums. I use these literally every single day, and I'll tell you, I'm not even sure how well they work, but I take them at least at nighttime when I eat my dinner and before I go to bed. Sometimes when I eat other meals as well. I never experienced this during my singleton pregnancy, but during this pregnancy, I get acid buildup up into my esophagus, maybe acid reflux, but I get a burning sensation in my throat a lot of times in the evenings, especially after I eat dinner or right when I'm going down for bed. And so I take Tums like it is my job in order to help kind of soothe that and make it so that I am less uncomfortable. Another item, which I don't have here to show you guys, but another item that I think is super important to have during a twin pregnancy is a heating pad. Your back, your hips, your pelvis, you're gonna be in a lot of pain in different areas. Sometimes your legs, having something like a heating pad to be able to just put back there and let yourself kind of warm and release some of those muscles up naturally is really important. Like I said, you're not really allowed to take a lot of medication during pregnancy, so it's important to kind of find these natural remedies that will help at least soothe some of the aches and pains. The last thing that I want to talk to you guys about that's super essential during a twin pregnancy is something that you can put your feet up. So whether or not you have a lazy boy recliner or a couch with an ottoman, or you just stack some pillows up on the edge of your couch, whatever you have to do to be able to put your legs elevated is going to be extremely helpful. Something that happens during a lot of pregnancies, singleton or multiple, is that you get swelling in your legs or feet, especially if you are on your feet for a long period of time. And it's super essential for your circulation to be able to get your legs up and elevated, to be able to kind of counteract gravity, get that blood flowing back down in the right direction, get everything to kind of even out again, and so your body isn't super swollen, your legs and your feet don't end up being super swollen, and you really can reignite your circulation that way. A lot of people like to wear compression socks. Personally, I don't find them to be very comfortable for me. So I prefer to just make sure that at least multiple times a day and for at least an hour at night before I go to bed, I have my feet elevated and I have the ability to kind of let my blood circulate again. And hopefully you guys are able to do something like that. Sit in the lazy boy, put some pillows at the end of your couch or bed, or use an ottoman, whatever you guys have to be able to get your feet up and get that blood pumping, and make sure that you guys are not getting all swollen and uncomfortable throughout this pregnancy. Okay guys, so those are my absolute must-haves for pregnancy. Like I said, nothing crazy, nothing extravagant. I'm not gonna go tell you to spend thousands of dollars on items or miracle fixes or anything like that. But these are the things that have really truly helped during the last 33 weeks of my pregnancy, and I know are gonna help until I have these babies, and I hope that they are helpful to you as well. If you guys haven't checked out Megan's channel already, make sure that you head down to the description box below, click on her channel, watch her pregnancy must-haves video, head over to her Instagram and follow her over there on Instagram as well, because honestly, she is just such a beautiful person and has such amazing, beautiful content. You are not gonna wanna miss it at all. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure that you hit that red subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up on this video. It really helps my channel. Make sure that you hit the bell notification. That way you won't miss my upcoming exciting content, like my labor and delivery vlog that will be coming soon. I'm so excited, guys. We are in the final stretch here, and I can't wait to share the rest of it with you guys. I hope that this was really helpful for you guys. If you have any questions about any of these products or anything at all to do with my pregnancy or my life, go ahead and leave them down in the description box below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, babes.
We were young and we were free and running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were